going on, guys? Welcome back to the Millionaire in the Making podcast. My name is Gage.
I'm Justin.
We have a special video for you guys today, but before we get into this video, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. And without any further ado, I'm gonna kick it to Justin, let him kind of tell you what's going on.
All right, so today we have 9 things that we wish we knew at 18 years old. My number one was you are the company that you keep. There's an old saying where it's like you hang around 5 broke people, you're probably gonna be broke. You hang around 5 millionaires, you're probably gonna become a millionaire. You hang around 5 drug addicts, you're probably gonna become a drug addict. They are going to influence you, whether you want them to or not, consciously or subconsciously. And people are not going to take you seriously if you surround yourself with bad company. The number one thing for the past year that I've done in my life is built a strong social circle that pushes me to do better things every day.
Totally flip the script. Let's move on to number 2, which is find a mentor.
Ooh.
Now, this is something that I 100% wish that I knew at 18, because at 18, I was just, hanging with my friends, doing my own thing, just like not thinking in the slightest about the advantages to having a mentor. I know you had a big deal with your mentor. What age was that?
I was 18. So at 18, I really put a lot of emphasis into finding strong mentors. First, I couldn't find any in real life. I had to go digitally. Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, they just started popping off when I was 18. Started just digesting their content every day to the point to where when I got around rich people, they took me seriously. They're like, this kid's 18, he's speaking like he's 25. If you can't find good mentors, Google. Let's go for number 3. Have a long-term plan.
Most people at 18 aren't thinking way ahead. You're 18, you're just thinking about hanging out with your boys or, how you're going to make a little bit of money. You're not thinking like how you're going to make a shit ton of money, how you're going to create generational wealth. You're not thinking about all that at 18.
No, then you better change that. After you hear this, you better change that. When you're 18, really think, where do you want to be in 10 years? Now, don't sign up for bad college debt. Just because your parents tell you to go to college doesn't mean you have to, okay? Does not mean you have to. Have a long-term plan. Don't just say, oh, I'm gonna go get a degree for no reason. If you write out a 10-year plan, it might really help you make a decision on what you wanna do at 18 years old. If you say, look, I wanna be making $200K a year, maybe getting a dance therapy degree doesn't really align with that.
Hard truth, guys, hard truth.
Hard truth. All right, so we're gonna move that one on because we could ramble for a long time on that one.
Number 4 is gym/combat. We'll get to combat in a minute. But coming out of high school, I was part of sports, right? And that was ripped away from me. So I almost clung to the gym because it was the only thing I know, the only thing that still hit close to home. The gym just really shapes your character, along with if I walk into a room and I look at Justin and be like, all right, this guy's on his shit, because it takes a lot of years to build a body like that. If you walk in your room and be like, all right, you can pick out the men.
I'm going to pick the men that I respect just by looking at them. You can just tell. If a man is capable of violence, you can tell. And I like to surround myself with people that are capable of violence but know how to control it, if that makes any sense. I need to be surrounded by monsters that know how to control themselves.
Well, while we're still on this topic, Justin wrote combat down. And ever since I've been around Justin here recently, it's really made me realize the value of having people in your circle that know how to fight.
Yeah.
Because shit goes down.
You
have one life.
Knowing how to defend yourself is so valuable as a man, okay? Because it's not just your responsibility to defend yourself. You need to be able to defend others. If, a group of guys is about to jump you and 2 or 3 of your friends, you need to be able to hold your own. If somebody's coming up to your old lady and disrespecting her, you need to be able to handle it. As a man, you have the burden of performance to protect the people around you. And if you can't even protect yourself, how are you going to protect somebody else? You don't have to be, a cage fighter. Go take 6 months of jiu-jitsu, 3 months of jiu-jitsu if you're a guy. Take a little bit of Muay Thai. It will not hurt you. Going to the gym does not teach you how to fight. Because once you get too big and you just get too static, anybody who has any sort of combat experience will just be able to, wrap you into a pretzel. So we're going to move on to number 5. It's so hard to not just dive into.
Yeah, we're trying to keep this short and sweet for you guys. So you'll watch the entire video. But number 5, what you think?
Number 5 is going to be put yourself first. That doesn't mean you do other people dirty and you just try to put yourself before your friends. I mean, that just means your cup needs to overflow before you help anybody else. If you're not even competent by yourself, if your finances aren't even on point, if you're physically not in shape, if you're spiritually not there yet, if you're mentally behind, you need to catch up. You need to be putting in so much work that the byproduct, your friends just get elevated.
Yeah. I can touch on this a little bit because at 18, I put myself first. I did. And because of that, I was called an asshole. I would leave, friendly gatherings. I would turn people down just left and right because I realized the value of my time and putting myself first. So, I do just want to say, like, you will be called an asshole, but who cares? The people calling you an asshole probably aren't the people you want to have around you.
If your friends do that, and just because you ditch a party to go, go grind, go work, go hit the gym, those are not your friends.
Well, plus beside this one, what do you want to say about that? Women?
Put yourself first also comes to women at 18. Do not be focused on falling in love, locking down a girl. You are nowhere near ready yet as a man to support a family. If you're 18, I promise you, if you just grind for a couple of years, you will have an abundance of women. Anything that comes easy is not worth it. If women are not coming to you, you're not ready yet. You need to live a magnetizing life. You need to build a business. You need to excel in sports. You need to focus on things that are going to better yourself instead of just chasing women. You need to build a life that attracts women.
Well said. Let's move on. Number 6, get educated, not motivated. Guys, you have the internet at your fingertips. There is no excuse to not get educated. There's so many things out there that I don't know. There's so many things that Justin doesn't know. And what does it take? A little click of a button and we can find it out in 15 minutes. Watching a simple YouTube video, looking up a simple Google search. One of the things that I did do very well at 18, I learned a lot online and on YouTube. So get educated, not motivated. Motivation, stems from, I think, within, personally. You're either a very motivated person or you're not.
Motivation has no factor in life. You don't need to be motivated to get to work. You don't need to be motivated to go to the gym. Just literally do it. As a man, motivation means absolutely zero. Your education is so much more important because you don't want to be a motivated idiot. You need to have direction. If we're in a race and you're running, 10 miles an hour, if I'm walking towards the finish line and you're running in the opposite way, I'm gonna get there first.
There was a point in my life where I went to meet up with a more elevated individual. He was very high net worth, multi-millionaire. And I went to ask him some questions and he said, look, you're very motivated. It's like, come back when you get educated. Like, genuinely, those are the exact words he said. But I had all the motivation in the world. I was hungry, waking up, ready to kill the day every single day. But I wasn't educated at the time. And he saw that in me and he was like, look, man, get educated first, then come back and talk to me.
All right. So number 7, handle your finances appropriately. Okay.
This will put you in a hole if you mess this up.
When you are 18, don't worry about the car. Don't worry about going to the club. Don't worry about having the nicest clothes. You should not be buying Gucci, Armani, Versace. You shouldn't even be worried about that.
You got to get out of the mindset of caring what other people think and just knowing that if you stick to your own path and stay true to being sound and making good decisions in your financial life, that it's going to work out better in the long run, that you're going to be better than that dude that's wearing the Jordans or the dude that has the Camaro in high school and is paying $700 in car payments just going in debt.
My biggest advice for that with handling your finances, you need to learn how to invest at a young age. If you're not confident enough to invest yourself yet, educated enough to invest yourself, hand it to a financial advisor and wait until your investments pay for your liabilities. Another thing that I used to do, I don't do this anymore because it just gets hard. If I wanted to buy something, like let's say I wanted a new sound system in my car, or let's say I wanted any car parts, if it cost me $1,000, I had to put $1,000 into my investment account and match it. So now everything I buy costs me twice as much. That is going to make you so much more financially disciplined. If every dollar you spend, you have to match either in your 401k or your mutual fund. And first off, if you can't match whatever fun you're having with an investment, you don't need to be having fun. If you're pinching pennies just to get into the club at the end of the night, you have no business being there.
Another thing that kind of goes along with this is be forward thinking, right? You're at such a young age, a very pivotal point in your life. Just think a few years ahead and think before you go into $90,000 worth of student loans, or before you go in debt $20K to a car. Just think about, yourself in a year. Is that going to hurt you? Is that going to benefit you? Just be forward thinking when thinking about your finances at a young age.
The next one, number 8, learn the difference between celebrating and partying.
Are they not the same thing?
Oh, they are 100% not the same thing. You have no business partying. you need to be celebrating. When I was 18, I said, I will not touch another drop of alcohol until I have 100K liquid in the bank.
How good did that drop taste, man?
I remember what I got. It was a Red Bull vodka in Vegas, and it tasted good.
I bet it tasted damn good. Yeah.
Because I knew that I set myself up for success in life. It sucked, but it was the best thing I ever did in my life. Now, because I did that, I get to celebrate every weekend if I want. If I want to go out clubbing for the next 7 days, I deserve it because my assets pay for that. I don't pull a dollar out of my pocket that I had to manually work for.
Knowledge.
Yeah, that's some great advice. We got one more left, and it may be one of the most life-changing ones for everybody in the world. Learn the power of compound interest. You know what Acorn is?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever got on there?
Up.
Like at 18, I got on there, and that's where I really learned. Because I heard about what is compound interest. Compound interest. I looked it up. They're like, hey, download Acorns. It's just like an easy, like accessible thing to like young people, anybody in the world really. And you like put in your age. You're like, okay, what if I put in $100 at 18, or started $100 at 35 every single month? You really, really get to see the difference in financial compound interest.
So, compound interest is like the 8th, 9th, 10th wonder in the world, all wrapped into one. The actions you do right now are going to pay you in 6 months. In 6 months from now, you're going to have double the results. In 12 months, you're going to have double those results. 18 months, you're going to have double those results. You're at like 8x the results right now, plus. So you invest $100 a week, $400 a month. Let's say, for easy math, let's say you can invest $10,000 a year. All right, you're getting an 8% return. That's $800. Well, then if you match that the next year, your interest is growing more interest. You're getting paid for the results of your results. Now, that's just financially.
What if you go to the gym 5 times a week?
That's going to compound. That's going to make so many better decisions in life. Everything you do creates just a cascade of results. I'm still getting paid for business deals that I did a decade ago. And those business deals, the cash flow from those, paid for more investments that pay for more investments, which paid for more liabilities, which paid for more investments. I'm still getting paid from 10 years ago with real estate. Compound interest goes in every aspect of life, okay? Delayed gratification.
I know this video was a little bit more for the young bucks, but if there's any old heads watching this, comment some things in the comments down below that you think that would be beneficial for coming up 18-year-olds to learn as well. So we're going to give the young bucks this video, but old heads, let us know in the comments down below. And yeah, follow us on all socials. Follow him at Justin Quiano.
At Justin Quiano.
Follow me at GageB10. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Click the links below.